Hello everybody, it's Crystal. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet this triangle. You can call it a scarf or a smaller shawl, whatever you would like to call it. But it's actually quite beautiful. As you can see, it's quite textured with little bitty triangles, kind of. My desk isn't that big, and if you flip it to the other side, it looks like it could be reversible. See that? So on the other side, I'll flip it both ways, other side. Oh! See that? So let me flip it over here. And this is the other side. It is rows of post stitches on the other side. So it's kind of cool that you could do it both ways. Hey, whatever you feel like that day, right? Whatever you feel like. Hey, I feel like post stitches today. Both are very textured sides. Or I feel like the textured little triangles today. I like both sides. I do. So this particular scarf, shawl, whatever you want to call it, is a lot longer than it is wide. So that's why I labeled it as a scarf. So from one tip corner there to the other, so hung up here, is approximately 76 inches. And then from top here down to the bottom, it's only about 22. Of course, you can make it bigger or smaller if you like. You can always choose the size. You don't ever have to do it the size that I do it. So now that you see it, and it's beautiful, two textured sides, super cool. Let's go and talk about the yarn that was used. All right, I'm going to set this to the side here. So for that particular scarf here that you see, Yarn Art Flowers Alpaca. I really like this yarn. It's a very beautiful gradient. It has a very nice gradient effect. I have many things made out of this on my channel. It is now on this Yarn Art, they classify this as a 2-weight. Now I say more of a 3, but you know, you can use any weight you want. It does not matter. When you are doing my scarves or shawls, you can do them in any weight and any yarn that you want. Because this, like the shawls like this and the triangle scarves like this, you can just, you know, even if you use a 1-weight, 2-weight, 3-weight, 4-weight, 5-weight, 6-weight, whatever weight that you want to use, thread if you want, you just keep going until you get it as big as you want it to be. You know what I mean? So that means that you can use any weight that you want. In any fiber, of course. But this one is, what is this? It's an alpaca acrylic blend. Yeah. 20 alpaca and 80 acrylic. There are in the cake, it was a gradient cake, 940 meters or 1,027 yards. Didn't use the whole cake though. For that, you know, I could do the whole cake, but it took about 850 yards to make the size that I did. Either you could call it a thicker 2 or a thinner 3-weight, something like that. Now remember, you never have to use this yarn. You never have to use, especially for my shawls, you never have to use any weight that I use or anything like that. But the color, in case you wondered, is 438 on this one. All right, Yarn Art. I love this yarn. Flowers and alpaca. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Now remember, I did not use the whole cake, but of course you certainly could if you want. All right, and then for that particular yarn, I'm using a size H, which is a 5mm crochet hook. Now I would recommend that if you are using a different weight of yarn, like I said, no problem, use whatever weight you want. Depending on what type of drape you want it to have. If you wanted to have a big, all right drape, you know, you can use a hook to a hook and a half bigger than what your yarn calls for, and give it, you know, a nicer drape. Or if you prefer to be more solid, then you would probably just use the hook that it recommends, you know, on whatever yarn you're using. Like this one, this yarn here recommends a 3.5. What is that? E or an F. But I'm using an H for more drape. So I always got to use the more drape. All right. And I think that's all that I told you about it. Oh, and it's also, this particular scarf or triangle scarf or shawl is worked top down. All right, so it starts at the top and it slowly fades down. You guys ready? Get your yarn, hook. Hey, the golden magic wand. Let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna show you with a different yarn. This is just some scrap, looks like a 4-weight, I think, 3-weight, thick 3, I don't know what it is. Anyways, so since this is worked top down, we are gonna be starting with a ring. So if you would prefer to use the magic circle or the magic ring, that would be fine. I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and start with a slip knot on my hook, and for my ring, I'm going to work a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to slip stitch back into that first stitch to form my ring. So I like to go back into the first stitch, throw your tail over. I always use my middle finger and put it in between the chain that I just made in the hook. And then I slip stitch on through there. And there's my ring, and I'm going to take that tail and I'm going to hide it as I go. So my first row here, row 1, is going to be worked in the ring. But I'm going to start off with a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that chain 5 here, and for the rest of the time that I use it, it's going to count as a triple crochet plus a chain 1. Okay, and now what we're going to do, we got the chain 5, which is a triple crochet and a chain 1. Now we're going to go work through the center of the ring, and we're going to work 3 triple crochets or treble crochet, however you say it. We're going to yarn over twice for the triple. We're going to go through the ring, grab our main yarn here and pull it back up. And then we're going to go ahead and work our triple like usual. So we're going to yarn over and go through 2 loops. Yarn over and go through 2 loops. And one more time, yarn over and go through 2 loops. Just like that. And that is the triple. So we want to do 3 of them. So that would be 1. Let's do another through the ring. That's 2. Let's do it again. And that is 3. Now what we're going to do is a chain of 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be the point of our scarf or our triangle. Now we're going to go back and we're going to work 3 more triples again. So yarn over twice, go into the ring, and we're going to do 3 triples. There's 1. And there is 2. And there's 3. Now, when it comes to the shawls here, most of them, well, this one for sure, we kind of want to mock. So what we did on this side, we want to mock it on the other side. So remember the chain 5 we did? I said count it as a triple crochet and a chain 1. So we want to end here with a chain 1 and a triple crochet through the center of the ring. And that is row 1. Let's check it out. Now you can pull your tail and then close up that circle a little bit. All right, so for row 1, we have the chain 5 or the triple chain 1. And then we got 3 triples, chain 3, which is going to be our point. And then 3 triples, chain 1 and triple. And that ends row 1. We will go ahead and start row 2 with a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is our triple crochet and our chain 1, and we're going to turn our work. We are going to work into this chain 1 space right here, and we're going to work 3 triple crochets into it. So there's 1, 2, and 3, just like that. Sorry about that. Now we are going to chain 1, And we are going to jump to our point here, to our chain 3 point. And in that, we're going to work 3 double crochets, double. There's 1. So remember, we chained 1 after that, and now we're going to work 3 doubles into this space. 2 and 3. And then we're going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go back in and we're going to work 3 more doubles into that same space. So if you need to slide them over, go right ahead. But I'm going to go back in and work 3 more doubles. There's 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. So we got our point here. And remember, it's kind of just the same thing on both sides. So I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to skip these triples here. And this chain 5 is counting as a triple and a chain 1. So in this space right here, we're going to work 3 triple crochets. So just right through the space, 3 triples. There's 1. And there is 2. And there's 3. And then we're going to chain 1. And we are going to end by putting a triple crochet in the 4th chain of that chain 5, or somewhere near the 4th one. If you can only hit the 3rd, that's fine. Try to get that 4th if you can. So I chained 1, and then I'm going to triple into that 4th chain of the chain 5. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just not get that one and I'll go to the next one. My goodness. Embarrassing. All right. There we go. That ends row 2. And now you can see what we got going on there. So we got our triple chain 1s, and then we got our 3 triples. And then we got our point, which is 3 doubles, chain 3, 3 doubles. And that ends row 2. Now we can go ahead and start row 3. Again, we are going to start with the chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to turn our work. And again, we're going to put 3 triple crochets into this first chain 1 space. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Now we are going to put a front post double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So front post double. So we're going to yarn over and we're going to go around the post of the next stitch, and we are going to do a double crochet around the post. So that's 1, and then we'll go to the next one and do another front post double, and then the next one. So that is 3 front post double crochets that we just did in a row there. Now we are going to chain 1, and now we are going to do a double crochet 3 together over the next 3 stitches. So I'm going to show you how we do that. So make sure you chain 1 there after those post stitches. And if you don't know how to do that, we're going to use these 3 stitches and we're going to turn them into 1. So we're going to yarn over and we're going to go into the top of the first one, draw up a loop, and we're going to yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on our hook. Leave these loops on your hook, yarn over and go into the next stitch, the top of it, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on your hook, leaving those on your hook. Then again, we're going to yarn over and go into the 3rd one there, the top of it, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on your hook. You should have 4 loops that remain. We are going to yarn over and go through all 4 loops. That took those 3 stitches and turned them into 1 little triangle. All right, now we're going to chain 1, and we are at the point now here, and in this chain 3 space we're going to work 3 doubles, a chain 3, and 3 doubles. So make sure you do your chain 1 after that, and then we go into the space and work 3 doubles. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. You can slide them over if you need to. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3 more doubles. There's 1 and 2, and there's 3. There we go. Now remember, we just kind of do the same thing on the other side, but we're kind of just doing it backwards, like we're working from the bottom up instead of the top down. So we are going to chain 1, and we're going to do a double crochet 3 together over these next 3 stitches. So we're going to yarn over and go into the first one, and we're going to draw up a loop and yarn over and go to the first 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over and go into the next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on our hook. One more time, we're going to yarn over and go into the next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops. 4 loops will remain. Yarn over and go through all 4 loops like that, and chain 1. Now we're going to do our front post double crochet over the next 3 stitches here. So we're going to put front post double crochet around the next 3 stitches, just like we did on the other side. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. So now here is our chain 5. So we, in this space right here, we don't have to chain 1 out of this. We're going to work 3 triple crochets into this space. So there's 1 triple, 2 triples, and 3 triples, and then we're going to chain 1, and then we are going to put a triple crochet in either the chain 3 or the chain 4 of this chain 5. I think it's going to be easier for me to hit that chain 3, somewhere around that. It doesn't matter, the chain 3 or the chain 4 of this chain here. We triple crochet into it. Make sure you did that chain 1 after these, and triple crochet like that, and that will end row 3. All right, now we can go ahead and start row 4 with a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn our work, and we'll start off by putting 3 triple crochets into this first chain 1 space. There's 1, 2, and there's 3. Now we're going to work a double crochet into every stitch until we get to our double crochet 3 together. So you find your double crochet 3 together is down here. What we're going to do is we're just going to work a double crochet into every stitch until we reach that. Tell you what, I don't really like this yarn I got here going on, and I don't even know what it is. Alright, so I'm going to work a double crochet in every stitch until I get to my double crochet 3 together that's down here. Here's the double. I'm going to go into this one right before it. Alright, so here's the double crochet 3 together. I'm at that stitch. Now I want to do a double crochet in the chain 1 space before it. So right here, go ahead and just double crochet into that chain 1 space. And now I want to do a front post double crochet around the double crochet 3 together. So we're just going to yarn over and just go around kind of like the top part of it like that, and work a front post double crochet like that. And then we're going to do a double crochet into the chain 1 space that is after that. So we go right into this space and work a double crochet like that. And now we're going to put a double crochet in the remaining stitches until we get to our chain 3 right here. So double crochet in each stitch until we get to our chain 3 space, which is the point of the shawl. Now, when we get to the chain 3 space, we're going to put 6 double crochets all into the space. There's not going to be a chain or anything. We're just going to put 6 double crochets into the space. So here's 1, 2, you might have to slide them over, 3, 4, 5, and there's 6. So we put 6 doubles all into that chain 3 space. Now we're going to kind of mock the other side. We're going to put a double crochet into every stitch until we get to our double crochet 3 together. So double crochet in each of these, and then you want to put a double crochet into the chain 1 space right before the double crochet 3 together, so right into this space. And then we're going to put a front post double crochet around the double crochet 3 together, like that. And we want to put a double crochet into the chain 1 space after double crochet 3 together right here, like that. And now we're going to put a double crochet into every stitch until we make it here to this space, the chain 5, which we count as our chain 1 space here. A double crochet in every stitch until we get to that. And then when we make it up here, like that, we're going to put 3 triple crochets into this space. Triples. There's 1, 2, and 3. And you want to chain 1. And then you want to put a triple crochet in either the 3rd or the 4th stitch of that chain 5, whichever one that you can hit. That's what I say. And here we go. That ends row 4. All right. Okay. Now we're going to start row 5. So row 5 starts to repeat rows. Rows 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it's a 4-row repeat. And we will begin row 5 with a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we will turn our work. And again, we're going to put 3 triple crochets into this first chain space. 1, 2, and there's 3, just like that. All right, so now we're going to start the repeat until we get the repeat here. We're going to put a front post double crochet into the next 3 stitches, or around the next 3 stitches. So we don't do any chain 1 or anything. Yarn over, and we're going to put a front post double around the next 3 stitches. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, like that. And then we will chain 1. And we're going to do the double crochet 3 together over the next 3 stitches. So find your next 3, make sure you chain 1 there, and yarn over and go into the top of the next one and drop a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2, yarn over and go into the next one, drop a loop, yarn over and go to the first 2, and yarn over and go to the third one there, drop a loop, yarn over and go to the first 2, 4 loops, yarn over and go through all 4 like that, and then we're going to chain 1. Now we're going to repeat this until we get down here, these 6 double crochets. We're going to repeat that until we get over here to these 6 double crochets. So again, we would just start the repeat here with a front post double crochet into the next 3 stitches. There's 1, go to the next one, front post double. That's 2, go to the next one, front post double. That's 3, and you want to chain 1. And then your next 3, you're going to do the double crochet 3 together. And if you look closely, it's going to be kind of in the middle of the one you did 2 rows ago, was it? I don't know, right down here. So we're going to yarn over and go into the next stitch and do our 3 together. So it's worked over those 3 stitches. 4 remain, yarn over and go through all 4, and then you want to chain 1 after that. Okay, and then we're going to front post and double crochet into the next 3, around the next 3. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3, and that brings us right here to the start of the 6 that are in the middle. All right, so we want to chain 1 after this last front post like that, and here's our 6 that we put in the middle. We're going to do double crochet 3 together over the first 3 of the 6. All right, so we're going to yarn over and we're going to double crochet the first 3 together, just like we were doing, making those little triangles. Got 4 loops, go yarn over and go through all 4. So we just did a double crochet 3 together over 3 stitches. Now we're going to do a chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do a double crochet 3 together over the remaining 3 stitches of that group of 6. So right here, yarn over and do a double crochet 3 together over those 3. Yarn over and go through all 4 and chain 1. So that's kind of our center now. We have a chain 4 and we got 2 double crochet 3 togethers like that. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to do a front post double crochet around the next 3 stitches. Make sure you did your chain 1 there, and I'm going to do front post double crochet around 3. There's 1, there's 2, there is 3, like that. Chain 1, and I'm going to do a double crochet 3 together around the next 3. And if you look, you got your 3 here. You could see that it lines up with the one in the rows below. So double crochet those 3 together. And you just keep repeating this pattern until you get to chain 1 after. And you would just keep repeating this pattern until you get to your last chain up here. So every time you repeat row 5, it'll get bigger and bigger on each side, but you would just keep repeating it until you make it over here. You would keep repeating it until you get down here to the 6, and on this side you keep repeating it until you get to the top here, this chain 1 space. So we'll just repeat it again. Front post double crochet into the next 3. Everything stays pretty much lined up, and chain 1, and then we are going to double crochet 3 together, chain 1, and then we are going to front post double crochet into the next 3, and like I said, continue that until you get up here to your chain 1 space. And I'm there now, but you know, every row, like I said, when you repeat this row, it'll be bigger. But once you get up here, you do not have to chain 1 after this front post, but what you want to do is go in here and you work 3 triple crochets into this space, just like we always do. And there's 1, 2, and 3, and then you want to chain 1 and triple crochet in either the 3rd or the 4th chain, whichever one you can hit, of that chain 5, and that ends row 5, and that's what it starts to look like. The post stitches, you know, they'll become more prominent the more rows you get done on them. But now we can go ahead and start row 6 with a chain 5 and turn our work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn, and this is where our little triangles are on the side. We want to put 3 triple crochets into our first stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now we're going to put a double crochet into each stitch until we get to our first double crochet 3 together. So right here. So we're just going to work a double crochet into each stitch. Just like this, and then we're going to work a double crochet into the chain 1 before the double crochet 3 together, and then we're going to work a front post double crochet around the double crochet 3 together, just like we did on the other row, and a double crochet into the chain 1 space after. Now you just want to keep repeating this. We're just going to work double crochets into every stitch and double crochet into the chain 1 space before your double crochet 3 together and after it, and a front post double around it, and you repeat that for however many double crochet 3 togethers that you have until you get to the last one before your chain 4 space. So I don't have that many more to go, but as you repeat this row, remember it will grow and you'll have more. It's always just double crochets in every stitch and in every chain 1 space, and then the front post double around the double crochet 3 together until you get to the last one. So I'm going to go chain space, double crochet, and front post a double crochet around that double crochet 3 together. That's what helps it pop out. And then in the chain space after, and then into each stitch until I get to the the last one here. That. And I'm going to, here's our last one here before our chain 4 space. I'm going to do the double crochet in the chain 1 space before, and I am going to work a front post double around this one. Now what I'm going to do is I am not going to work a chain 1. I'm going to go directly into this chain 4 here, and on row 6, and every time you repeat it, we will be putting 8 double crochets into this chain 4 space. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can slide them over if you need to. 5, 6, 7, and there is 8. And now we are going to put a front post double crochet around this 3 together. And now we're just going to kind of repeat. We're going to be doing a double crochet into every chain 1 space and every double crochet, and then we're going to be working a front post double crochet around our double crochet 3 togethers from the previous row. So here's a chain space, double crochet in it like that, and double crochet in every stitch and in every chain 1 space. Here's chain 1 space and front post double crochet around any double crochet 3 together. And I'm going to continue this, and then the chain 1 after, double crochet, until I get to the last chain space up here. All right, I'm coming to the end here of row 6, and I did a double crochet in every double crochet, every chain 1 space, and the front post double around the double crochet 3 togethers. And in this space, I'm going to work 3 triple crochets. There's 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to chain 1, and then you want to do a triple crochet in the chain 4 or the chain 3 of that chain 4 if you can get it. If not, chain 3 of that space, or that chain right there. And that ends row 6. All right, and we'll go ahead and start row 7 with a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn our work. This is the post. This is where the post stitches are at. And we're going to start off with a 3 triple crochets into this first chain space here. Just like that. And we're going to put a front post double crochet into the next, or around the next 3 stitches. You don't have to chain 1 here, all right? So it is front post double crochet into the next 3. There's 1, 2, and there's 3. And now we will chain 1, and we will put a double crochet 3 together over the next 3. And then we will chain 1, and we will repeat that all the way down until we get to near to these 8 double crochets down here. All right, so again, front post double into the next 3. Just 1, 2, 3, chain 1, double crochet 3 together over the next 3, and if you take a quick peek, you can tell that you're right centered up with a 1 from a couple rows ago. So everything's staying lined up. Just going to repeat this. Chain 1, 3 front post double crochets, chain 1, and double crochet 3 together over the next 3. Now you just keep repeating this until you get to those 8 stitches down there. I'm almost there, so 3 front posts, chain 1. Okay, when you've repeated it and you're getting ready to do the last double crochet 3 together before you get to your 8 stitches. One thing I will tell you is the 3rd double crochet of your last double crochet 3 together is the first of the 8 that you put in the center. So here's 8 in the center. This is the first one right here. It has to be part of this double crochet 3 together to keep it lined up. All right, so go ahead and double crochet 3 together. That's the last one here that you do on this side. Like that, and then you're going to need to chain 1, and then we're going to do a front post double crochet into the next 3. Here we're working in our 8, so we just used 1 of those as part of this double crochet 3 together. Now we're going to put a front post double crochet around the next 3. There's 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to put a front post double crochet into the next 3 right here. We're still working in those 8. So this time it's kind of opposite of what we did last time. Last time we did the double crochet 3 togethers in a chain space to form the point. This time it's the post stitches. There we go, like that. All right, now we are going to, we have to do a double crochet 3 together. We're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. We're going to chain 1 here after that, but we have to use the 8th stitch here of our group of 8. Over here we use the first one, right? Here we have to use the last one. So here's the 8th one, and then the next 2, and that you can see will center up our double crochet 3 together from the previous row. And let's go ahead and do a double crochet 3 together. So we're going to do the same thing on this side that we did on the other side. Chain 1 and front post double crochet around the next 3. 1, 2, 3, chain 1 and double crochet 3 together around the next 3, and you can tell that it's staying lined up. Now we keep repeating this same thing. 3 front posts and then the double crochet 3 together until we get to the end, which is this chain space right here. All right, so that is where I'll meet back up with you. Chain 1 and then 3 front posts, double crochets, chain 1, and double crochet 3 together. All right, I'm going to keep going, and I'll see you right here at this last space. All right, I am coming to the end of row 7, and I ended in 3 front post double crochets, just like I did on the other side. Now we do not need to chain 1 after this. What we want to do is put 3 triple crochets into this space. This is how we always end it. There's 1, 2, and 3. Then you want to chain 1 and then put 1 more triple into that 4th. If you can get it, chain 5, and that will end row 7, and we have 1 more repeat row to go, and then we can just keep repeating. Now row 8 is pretty similar, I would say, to row 4. But we're going to start row 8 with a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to turn our work. And as always, we're going to put 3 triple crochets into this first chain space here. There's 1. There's 2. And 3 triples. All right, we're going to put a 1 double crochet into every stitch, into every chain 1 space, and front post double crochet around every double crochet 3 together, until we get to our chain 3 space down here. All right, so it's similar to that when we did that before. So remember, it's just a double. We don't need to chain 1 or anything right here. We just double crochet into every single double crochet like this. And every time you repeat this row, it's the same. It'll just get bigger. And every time you get to a double crochet 3 together from the previous row, you want to make sure that you double crochet into the chain 1 space before it. And you want to do a front post double crochet around it, because like I said, that's what helps it pop out. And double crochet into the chain 1 space after it. And you just continue that. So there'll be like 3 double crochets now in between each of the double crochet 3 togethers from the previous row. So there's a double crochet into each of those. And we're going to continue this pattern. Make sure you got those 3, and you got to do a double crochet into that chain 1 space. Front post double around the double crochet 3 together. Double crochet into the chain 1 space after. And then you can see there'll be 3 here between. Double crochet in each of those. I'm going to do this all the way down into the chain 1 space before the double crochet 3 together. Front post double around that double crochet 3 together. And then the one after, the chain space after, and then repeat double crochet. And that's what it is. It's just double crocheting in every double crochet, or in every stitch, and every chain 1 space before and after the front post, or the double crochet 3 together, and your front post double crocheting around that front post. Double crochet 3 together until we get to this chain 3 space down here. All right, I'll see you there in a second. All right, I've made it to the chain 3 space, or the point of row 8. and in this space is getting the 6 double crochets. So it's very similar to what we did on row 4, but we did make it larger this time. So 6 double crochets go into that chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going to do the same thing on this side that we did on this side. It's a double crochet into every stitch and the chain 1 space before and after the double crochet 3 togethers. So here's one right here, chain space, double crochet into it, and front post double crochet around the front post, or around the double crochet 3 togethers, and in the space after. And we are going to repeat this all the way up till we get to the very end of our row, which is this chain space up here. Same thing we did on the other side. Double crochet, double crochet, and then there's a chain 1 space before and after this. So double crochet into the space before, and we got to do a front post double around it, kind of towards, draw it towards the top if you can, like that. Front post, and then there's a chain space after, so we got to go double crochet in that chain space and repeat double crochet in every stitch until your next chain space. Here it is. Double crochet here, here, and front post around that, and you're going to continue that until you get up here at the top. And this is what you will repeat every time you repeat row 8. It gets really easy, trust me, and it's really cool. So I'll see you here at the up here at this chain space at the end of row 8. At the end of row 8. All right, so I've made it all the way to the top here, and I'm at this space. So we got to end it with you don't have to chain 1 or anything after this. We got to do 3 triple crochets into this space, triples. There's 1. Sorry about that. There's 2, and there's 3. Then you want to make sure you chain 1 and put a triple crochet in the 4th of that chain 5 if you can get it. If not, the 3rd, and that will end row 8, and that will end the repeat rows. So you would just start again with row 5. 5, 6, 7, and 8 over and over and over again. I'll tell you what, this blue yarn don't show it up very well. Let me get my big one. But that gradient yarn shows it quite well. And after you repeat it as many times as you'd like, this is what it starts to look like. It goes really fast. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. 5, 6, 7, and 8. For as big as you'd like it to be. And once you finish, you can always go across the top with some single crochet if you'd like to clean up that edge. If not, I didn't, but you can. You could add fringe if you want. I didn't, but you can. You can add tassels. Again, I did not, but you can. Or do whatever you want to do to it. It's your scarf. And here is the opposite side, which is the post row side. I like both sides. Both are excellent, very pretty. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Remember, it may seem a little intimidating, but you'll get it. You'll get it. You got this. I wouldn't say you could do it if I didn't think you could. And you can. Repeat in rows 5 through 8 until you get it as big as you'd like it to be. All right? 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you do want to end on a row 7 repeat. You can end on whatever row you want, actually. It doesn't really matter. But I ended on a row 7 repeat. You do what you want. It's yours. Whatever looks cool to you, hey, that looks cool to me too. All right? So there it is. I hope you enjoyed. It's a lot of fun. I think it's very beautiful. So I like both sides. Nice, nice. So if you did enjoy, please hit that thumbs up. Maybe leave me a comment below. You don't have to, but you can. And definitely hit that subscribe button. Check out all my other tutorials. I have so many tutorials out the wazoo. I mean, I always say I have a crap ton, and I mean a crap ton. Anything you could ever want to make, I got it in multiples of them. So I'll catch you on my next one, okay? Whatever it might be. Take care. Bye, guys.